this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka Chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Flamebait Dating Sim. Let's develop games and feelings. In the last playthrough, we have just finished Bingan's route, and now I will try my best to finish our routes for all guys. Maybe there are some differences in the routes, and I also will cut back in a consistency, the same thing, persistent scene and stuff in each of the routes, and anything similar, and I will cut it out. So let's go. The first person should be Matthias, since he's the first interaction that we got. Let's go. Matthias. You decide to keep the boss man TM a little company. He seemed friendly enough earlier. Well, actually, he seemed almost too friendly. Matthias eats with impeccable table manners. His plate essentially holds a lump of grease disguised with soggy buns and meat, but he cuts each piece with care and savors the bite as though it were his final meal. It's almost unnerving, actually. You don't think you've seen anybody eat a burger the way he does. In comparison, you stare down at your mashed roll that's already started leaking an unknown sauce on your fingers. You look like you wanted to say something. No, I'm still kind of in belief, trying to process the idea that I'll be making game with all of you. You do just fine, no doubt about that. His smile feels so genuine that you can't help but return it, glowing with the unexpected confidence boost. Thanks, Matthias. You can repay me by doing all the tedious setup in the game engine later. You frown in disapproval, not liking where this is going. And then his face lights up. How about I sweeten the deal for ya? I'll even offer a new pickup line. I don't need pickup lines, Matthias. Brown. I'm ready. You make the fatal mistake of reaching for a sip of water. Hey, darling, are you a computer keeper? Because you're my type. Oh my god, that's funny, girl. It's funny though. You swear it was an involuntary reaction. Before you could even react properly to his words, laughter bubbles up in the back of your throat, and suddenly, all the water is on his shirt and no longer in your mouth. Yeah, this is really awkward. Your hand covers the lower half of your face, utterly mortified. It takes every ounce of concentration in you to not continue laughing at the sheer horror of it all. Oh boy. He looks out at the soaked fabric, then back at you. Darn, lazy bum. Don't you dare. Next, we meet again, Matthias.
Hey.
Well, Albie is my soon-to-be assistant. I know you show up sooner or later. The moment you push the things closer to Matthias' place at the table, you start rethinking your decision as you surprise an eyebrow. This whole assistant thing again? Of course, we got big plans, big ambitions. The more brains we have for the design process, the better. Assistant doesn't exactly imply that we equals though. Is that how it sounded too? I see you as my equal though. You're feeling a little insecure? Fear not, lazy bum. I'm a very generous boss man, yeah. I wouldn't let you become the resident coffee bringer. Though you bring me coffee would be appreciated. It might even gain you brownie points. You know, I quite like mine just like. In all seriousness, I'd love for you to be a part of the design process once we begin, and see what great ideas you got simmering in that head of yours. That's what I mean by assistant. Do you accept? That sounds a little better already. Relief washes over you when you realize, yet again, that underneath his flirty facade lies someone respectful and truly kind. If you do, I might even forgive you for soaking my shirt. Ah, never mind. He's still the same old Matthias. I'll think about it. Haven't decided yet. In the meantime, don't get into the habit of calling me that. Wouldn't dream of it, darling dear. I can't believe I thought for a second you were a decent person. Oh, getting comfortable doesn't me already. I'm warming up to it. He's just toying with you, without even a hint of remorse in his glimmering eyes. Worst part is, now it's that much harder to justify the nervous knocks in your stomach and the electric beat of your pulse. Shall we get to work? Yeah, let's. You hurriedly hunch over your papers and scribble ideas down, desperate for a form of distraction. It feels like hanging out with Matthias just becomes processively more dangerous. You're not sure how much of a beating your heart can take. By the time the first brainstorm session is over, you've filled up a whole 3 pages to the brim with sheer determination alone. But at what cost? Well, at a cost of seeing a beautiful face, I guess. He sacrificed his beautiful face for us. And we're pickup lines. I don't know, he's pretty charming. And also, you're doing it on your own. It's not telling you to do that, you know. I'm not telling you to do that, lazy bum. Again.
Hey.
How's my charisma? Who are you into coming back? The boss mentee spreads a grin after picking up from his documents. Every single time. You feel your eyes might just end up popping out of their sockets from rolling so hard. Not sure how much the charisma has anything to do with it.
Aww.
Don't say that. I'm doing my best. Tell you what, let's grab a drink before we get back to work. I'm parched. Well, alright. He rises from his seat, and you fall into step next to him, waiting to find out where you're headed. How you feeling? Have you gotten used to everything so far? You consider your answer for a moment, lips quirking into a smile. Everything except for your pickup lines.
What?
Don't lie to me, you love them. Change the subject. You can't read me, Mr. CEO. Provoke him. Oh, Matthias narrows his eyes with a patient smile. And since when you go around calling me Mr. CEO? It's not like you to be so formal. Something between the two of you stirs. Besides, you're an old book. If you think you're fooling anyone, think again. You feel like you're stepping into dangerous territory again. Well, I mean, we're doing something stupid. Let's do it. Try me. Provoke him. Or change the subject. Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Oh my, oh my. What's gotten into you, darling? You're not quite so sure yourself, but their desire to rile him up is so strong that it's dizzying. Don't know what you're talking about. Each word is another drop in the bucket, and you're very sure he's eyeing you very, very carefully right now. Do you really want to push him any further? If I didn't know any better. His voice drops an octave. I think you were trying to get something from me right now. I am suddenly very scared right now, but let's do it. Maybe I am. Provoked him. Suddenly, it dawns on you that you walk further than you should, and the crowd's incessant chatter has quiet. This is the asset that nobody uses, leading to a couple of unused stairwells and lockstep rooms. It's so still. You've also realized that Matthias has slower space, instead of answering your taunt. When you turn around to ask what he's doing, his expression is indecipherable. And then, he takes a very decisive step towards you. Touch! Wah! You take an abrupt sidestep, startled by his sudden closeness. Your heart thumps loudly. What? You're not entirely sure what just happened. Matthias rubs at his chin, and the sharpness of his eyes instantly fades into a more relaxed side glance. Did I misread the situation? Sorry, I overdid it. What exactly were you trying to do? I don't feel good about ignoring what just happened. You're clearly on alert. Tell me what you're thinking. You swallow thickly. You're pretty sure you haven't crossed any of his lines. But maybe your little game of escalation went too fast. I wanted to push your boundaries. Yeah, I can tell. But why? But why indeed? You have to tell him. You have to. You don't want to run away from this. Elizabeth, I wanted you to pay attention to me. A moment of silence passes before he breaks out into a cheeky smile. You're a good being, Elizabeth. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot like that. Are you alright? Not 1 second later, you have to look away, impressed. Well, yes, I was nervous though. And you took me off guard, as usual. That's my job, darling dear. He crosses his arms, satisfied. But really, his expression grows serious again. It's only good when we're both having fun. I don't want you scared around me. That's not what we're about. Well, unless that's a thing, that is. But what's more important to me is that we're on the same page right now. So talk to me, Elizabeth. Yeah, your chest feels warm and full.
Hey.
I'll wait for your answer, okay? We can continue our chat later. As you both make your way back, you make a promise to yourself to be truthful with him from now on. Because the dodge section is too fast, so I'm going to do this again. And okay. You're slow to react, heart hammering away, shocked by the sudden movement, and you find yourself taking a step back and he's so close. Your eyes close, just for a second. You expect him to close the distance somehow, but instead, something warm settles on top of your head. Woo! You can't move, but you wouldn't dare, even if you could. Elizabeth. His expression is usually so warm and kind, but there's a very different undertone to it now. The kind that makes your cheeks blush for the umpteenth time since coming here. What are you doing? You have a hard time finding coherent words again. What does it look like I'm doing? You silly dear. Well, what it feels is Matthias patting your hand. You're not sure you can possibly say that out loud though. Oh, nice. You glance at him. Despite the cuteness of the gesture, his smirk is nothing short of devilish. You're really quite adorable. You want to compose on the spot. Your ears are burning. Then Matthias just gives your head one last pat. What's going on? Just as you think that, he backs away and reaches his hoodie, nonchalant. Wait, what just happened? He locks eye with you and grins, decidedly pleased with himself. You were there, right? You tell me. Can't even use your words, huh? As it turns out, he is still very much the same old him, and you don't even know how to deal with it anymore. Nani, let's go back. You turn and make your way to leave, but he calls your name to stop you before you do. Listen, we're in the middle of work right now. We're gonna stay professional. I'm sure you understand. But if you're up to playing games later, your mouth gets dry. I'd like to. Dang that. Oh my. That suggestion though, wow. And with that, he also makes his way back to the tables. He's gone far too soon. All you can do is walk back in a dreamlike daze, hoping the others won't catch you staring up in the distance. Playing games, huh? So much for being productive. So, welcome back again. We have just finished Matthias' bout, but you won't see any ending to that one because the ending is still the same, since this is still a demo. So it's just snippets of the interactions that you had with all these men. So we have Nicholas next. You decide to enjoy your meal next to Nicholas, intent on getting your daily dose of peace and quiet. He's very caught up in his friends, barely even not acknowledging your assistance. It's only when you call his name that he finally looks up, waiting for you to speak first. Hey, Nicholas.
Hey.
So you enjoying your food? The programmer sniffles a chuckle. You don't have to force yourself to make small talk with me. Oh no, that's not what you meant to do at all. Well, I was hoping we could do a bit of getting to know each other. You know, for team building. You quickly correct yourself, hoping that didn't sound quite as awkward as you thought it did. For a split second, you could have sworn he was smirking at you, but if he did, he conceals it very well and returns to his usual poker face almost instantly. His long fingers tap slowly on the table's glossy surface. I play a lot of CNL. I'm hosting several campaigns, in fact. No way! You play Caves and Lizards? Which edition? Caves and Lizards? Okay. That's awfully a change-up name for a certain game, but moving on. The third, arguably the best. It's tough to get him to talk in general, but as soon as it involves games, he reveals a whole new, more excitable part of himself. It's kind of adorable. I'm not familiar with that one. You should teach me someday. Nicholas pauses, then meets your eyes. There's a lot to go over. We'll be stuck here for hours on end. Fine by me. Your answer comes so quickly that you think you're coming across as overly eager. But how can you not? Nerding out with him is probably a lot of fun. Unexpectedly, his cheeks are dusted a slight shade of pink. Then it's a deal too. We'll duel and discuss the intricacies of caves and lizards. A deal, but doesn't this sound a bit more like a date? Why is your brain jumping to that though? It could be a hangout between friends. But when you dare glance back at him, he's back to munching his fries without care in the world. Next, Nicholas, you scooch in next to him, clutching onto your laptop with determination.
Hey.
Elizabeth. He returns your gaze and takes a few seconds to assess you. Do you really think you'll be able to handle the spaghetti? You're not, eager to prove your skills. Or, wow, the little skills you picked up from the shorty code classes you attended in the past. I think so. What about you? Can you handle it?
Oh.
He furrows his brow. Underestimating me, are you? No, that's a lie, mostly because you want to befriend him. But the twitch of your lips betrays you. It's all worth it though. His expression warms your heart. Nicholas comes through a folder of already repaired files and templates, smiling quietly. You wound me. Allow me to read you otherwise, as soon as we finish brainstorming for ideas. But, toot. Patience. Dang, that winked. Nice. Much to your surprise, he too has the capacity to wink. And it's a lovely wink that is. Like, I do see people who can't wink at all or they blink with both their eyes. That also very cute in itself. As your cheeks grow hot, you wonder if this just runs in your family. The silence between you stretches into minutes, and eventually half an hour as you scribble the ideas, semi-distracted by how calm the man next to you is. He's barely batting an eyelid. Is he even human? Why are you the only one who's been affected this much? It's not. Something on your mind? No. Without diverting his eyes from the screen, he smiles yet again.
Oh?
But that's why I could feel you burning holes into the side of my head. Must be your imagination. Again, Nicholas. Nicholas, you return from a well-deserved leg-stretching break and find your way back to the programmer, who's knees-deep in version control setup. His eyes crinkle with a gentle smile when he sees you.
Hey.
How is the mess? The bed hub going? His gaze flickers back to his screen, face falling into a neutral expression once more. It's going, somewhat. Give me 10 minutes and I'll have it set up and ready for everyone to use. Can I help? He pauses. No, I think I got it. We can start afterwards. His fingertips tap away on the keys, interrupted by a couple of sporadic click sounds. It's easy to just close your eyes and drown out all other noises, only focused on his rhythm and nothing else. Say, Nicholas picks up from his screen, eyebrow raised. I spy with my little eye something that rhythms with house. He continues typing away, but you notice that his expert multitasking prowess actually allows him to steal some occasional glances at his surroundings. How is he doing that? He's definitely not human after all. Mouse. The programmer punctuates his answer real quick. You got it. Another pause. I spy with my little eye something that rhythms with dentist. He's playing too. You trace his line of sight back to your other teammates a little further away, one of whom is busy cradling his head in his hands and muttering something about crumbs. I know who that is! Poor Gustav. Wait, of course! It's Artis. Correct. This is so silly, but you're admittedly a little bored and just want to keep him company. What next? Be cheeky or be nice. Let's be nice. I spy with my little eye something that rhythms with tapper. Awfully set on dragging me away from that hub, aren't you? He's having a tough time hiding his smile, and that alone is a victory in your book. The answer is paper. Right once again. This back and forth continues for a while, aimlessly throwing words at each other as he completes the setup. It's a peaceful feeling, though it's also strange how quickly you've gotten comfortable around a programmer. But even in that short amount of time, you're seeing how good of a person he is. When you try to join him in the multitasking department, you instantly get distracted by your verbal sparring instead. How do you do it? He laughs quietly. By achieving concentration beyond that of mere mortals. Centuries of grueling practice. Just programmer things. Psst. Hey, Isabel. Yes? I spy with my little eye something that rhythms with moods. Oh, that's cute, even though it's not really accurate. Oh no, what if you're wrong? What if you come up as irrelevant? What if this is not you he's thinking about? That would be so not Swedish of you. but you can't think of anything else. And the way he's not taking his eyes off you. Are you calling me cute? It hits the jackpot. You notice his cheeks grow the same color as yours, and he doesn't answer right away. Maybe. I don't know. Is the mute and cute mute? Okay, yeah. Now it's just me being dumb with the pronunciation. Maybe. Wait. So am I correct or not? You're distracting me. Get back to work. Wow, you're doing this. You're distracting me with your cute wing, aren't you? Nicholas! He's so unfair. But you're so happy. It's impossible to wipe the grin off your face. Honest, stop. Gustav. By the time you've found your spot across the artist, he's spoken as his smash. Deep in thought. He doesn't react to your presence right away. In fact, he seems surprised you're there at all when he does notice you.
Oh, hey.
What's up? I'm hoping this tastes better than this looks. You hold up your own soggy roll. I guess a jerk will help him. Yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. That's reassuring. What's up with you though? Gustav goes silent for a bit, then pokes at the mash with his fork again. I'm thinking about that one theory about the world ending, and how close our impending doom might be. Are we really powerless to face it? Do we have any actual agency in the grand scheme of things? That's a lot. I'm deeply concerned, Lazy Bum. You're not sure what to answer to that. Would betting a dog help? Yes, probably. You both continue eating in an eventful silence. You catch yourself peeking in his direction several times, unable to shake the feeling that he's still worried. I don't have a dog, but I can send you dog pictures. Yeah, thanks. Just don't use it as an excuse to get my Discord tag and send me weird shite. What? No offense. No offense? Full offense taken. No, wait. This came out kinda wrong. I'm sorry. Besides, you can send me whatever you like, within reason. My DMs are open. Okay, I'm holding myself back from making a joke there, so. The air feels like it's splitting up between the two of you. He may still be pretty guarded, but you already gotten his contact info. If that's not preference, you're not sure what would be. You break out into a silly, self-satisfied grin. Sweet. He frowns, but you don't miss the way his lips almost betray a smile of their own. Next. Hey. You take a seat next to Gustav, holding tight to your laptop. Hey. There's a moment where it feels like both of you are waiting for the other to say something. You break first. I thought I'll help brainstorm the art direction. I'm not sure I'm a torture soul, but I am good at stressing out about deadlines. It's a good start. Stressing about deadlines is torture. And you've got blood, sweat, and tears to spare. Sweat, sure. Maybe even some tears, but I like to keep my blood to myself. That's what they all say. He says it in such a dark voice that it stuns you. He must have noticed your expression, though. Sorry, I know I can be a little intense. No one's going to take your blood. Not until you're taking me out for dinner, at least. You're just joking, but Gustav looks surprised. Is this gonna be a habit of yours? Oh, Gustav clears his throat. We're here for the Flamebait Games Team, so let's keep this professional. Mostly. So, I guess I can sort of slide into your DMs. Okay, moving next. Mostly? Does it mean that you should still enjoy the game jam? Is he okay with the occasional flirt? Before you can pursue this further, Bengen comes to sit with you. You, Gustav, and Bengen collaborate, looking through game trailers and screenshots and snippets of cartoons on the search for the perfect style. When the animator's piercing eye falls on True You is unsettling, but Gustav's determination keeps the brainstorming section on track. It's reassuring. Next. You go take a seat, new Gustav. The more the merrier, right? Sure. He doesn't sound especially convinced, but he clears a bit of space for you. It's amazing how cluttered even brainstorming can get. The two of you sit together with Bengen to continue hashing out art and building quite a collection of browser tabs as you go. Progress halts when it comes time to actually start making a baguette though. Oh god, the crust. The crust. You're neck deep in baguette pictures, illustrations of bread, photos of boulangeries, baking tutorial videos, and a funny picture of a dog in a cowboy hat. Oh, baguettes! Oh, it's the team. I suddenly remember when I see the picture at the ending credit scene. Yeah, I remember the team now. Oh, me and my forgetful friend. That last one may just be for you. Who knew that bread was so complicated? The French. You can't tell if Gustav's answer comes from a place of deep despair or deep anger, but you got no energy to unpack it. I need a second to not think about bread. You stand up, your jaws popping as you stretch. Feels good? Wanna get some bean juice? Yes. You almost laugh at how serious he's been. You know better now. Bean juice is serious. There's a couple of vending machines down a hole of the main jam space. They were very popular earlier in the day, but now there's no one to get in your way. Gustav goes straight for his target, the coffee machine. It only makes cheap, bad coffee, but it does the job. You stand a little further back, looking at all your options. Your hand feels a lot clearer now that you're looking at something besides pictures of bread. I needed this. Yeah, we needed a break. He taps some buttons on the machine and it hums to life. It's crazy how much there is to think about just in bread. It's a miracle anyone makes video games. It's an infinite bit. There's always more to learn and understand, and it's impossible to really understand anything. And that's if the word is even real in the first place. Probably? You're not sure you've got the juice to talk philosophy. Well, we all think the word is real, but the more powerful computers get, the more likely it is that we're living in a simulation. I'm wondering if there's another universe above ours, the real one that we'll never know about or understand. The universe is infinite, Elizabeth. It doesn't matter how much we know. In the face of the infinite is nothing. We're less than dust. Fake simulated dust, even. He stopped talking. The coffee machine is still boring. There's an unbearable awkwardness sinking in. You've gotta say something? Honestly, that sounds pretty great. Feel better with that off your chest? You okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Got it out of your system? Yeah. For now. Got your bean juice? Got it. You take a second to get something for yourself, then the two of you start heading back. Thanks for listening. It can be a lot. Not everyone is willing to listen. It is a lot, but if it helps, I can listen. And now we get back to the quest. No, not the quest. And the crumb. The crumb. Being an artist is suffering. Sure is. Refreshments retreat. You get back to work with some new energy. Last but not least, Victor. Time to openness ensure. Oh, hey, Elizabeth. Victor is mid-ketchup squeeze, ready to cover his entire plate of macaroni with it. Okay. I thought macaroni goes with cheese and not just ketchup. Truly a barbaric act. Hey Vic, your voice comes out a little softer than expected. You're hesitant to even take the first bite of your mash roll. You just want to make sure that this project starts off the right way. And for that, the two of you need to get back on the right track. Whatever that means. Nobody's called me Vic in a while. Feels very strange. A short silence passes as you two munch away on your respective meals. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone destroy the pasta like that in a while either. A bright smile sneaks right back up to his lips. You mean enhance? Come on, no need to be jealous. As if. A million questions start popping up in your mind. Most of them starting with why? But now is not the time to ask. Not with this many people around, and certainly not with mashed potatoes leaking through your fingers. So, what have you been up to? You pause, hesitant. You know, this and that. Well, no, that's why I'm asking you doofus. He's doing that thing again. The one when he grins and locks eye with you in a way that makes you unable to look away. A sudden flush of warmth washes over you like a wave, and you have to break eye contact first. Was he always this distracting? Bathroom! You hastily shuffle past the room, ready to make your grand escape and regret your decisions for a little while. Wow, let's do it again. Victor, I've decided I'm going to help you brainstorm for the music. It seems like you're surprised him. His eyes are wide as saucers. Are you sure? Positive. Gonna be real with you. I thought for sure you didn't want to associate with me ever again. He pauses. I thought you hated me. It's hard to describe what exactly it is you feel about him, but hate isn't it. There's no way you could, despite what he did. Nah, don't worry about it. We're cool. His deep blue eyes light up, glimmering with newfound happiness. Nice. Does that mean you finally tell me what is it you've been up to? Yeah, I will. You don't know why you're blushing. It feels so silly. Two exes catching up is perfectly normal and healthy thing to do, and you're certainly not clinging on to any lingering hopes. Not in the slightest. Well, maybe we should jot some idea stuff first. There was a valiant attempt at productivity, but after putting out a few key emotions and genres, your attention slips and you both fall into conversation again. Victor talks a lot, but it's never a dull moment. He still laughs at your jokes. You end up spending more time catching up than actually working. Yikes. Again. Before you can get back to your seat, Victor corners you in the hallway leading into the bathroom.
Yo.
Elizabeth, listen. I know we're supposed to be working, but when are we going to stop tiptoeing around the issue? It's messing with my head. A familiar anxiety settles in the pit of your stomach. You mean, the last words just won't come out. Are we going to talk about what happened back then? It was a drunken Flynn. You broke my heart. You put ketchup on pasta. I am tempted to choose the you put ketchup on pasta, but let's not do that. You broke my heart.
Oh.
Oh, right. I remember. So you've forgotten about it. That's how little I meant to you. He falters. I was going through a difficult time in my life, and I didn't want you involved. Didn't want you seeing how low I could go. But I was ready to carry the burden, Vic. I wanted you. All of you. And I wanted us to go through it together. You can't tear your eyes from us. Oh, I wasn't ready. He whispers, voice strained. But I know there's no excuse for ghosting you out of the blue. He takes a deep breath. Lazy bum, will you forgive me? No, you hurt me far too deeply. Well, I mean, you're lucky I still have feelings for you, so yes, maybe? That's still up for judging, though.
Oh.
Really? You swear? I swear. He seems skeptical at first, but eventually regains a smile. Lazy bum. Thanks. Instinctively, your hand reaches out, wanting near to be in his arms again. But you quickly retract it, unsure of how to even proceed from here. He too seems frozen in place. The magnetic pull that once held you together tugs at your heartstrings. Don't take me, you're whispering. Do something to make it better. His face blushes crimson again. Yeah, later, I will. So that should be all the routes in the current demo of the Flamebait Dating Sim. Let's develop games and feelings. It was very interesting for each of the routes. And it's pretty tame. Like really tame. The most spicy, the spiciest one, according to what I have chosen and experienced throughout the playthrough, is Matthias. And that's just a headbutt and suggestive stuff and flirting, bad pickup lines from him. So yeah, that's the most spiciest I ever seen in the road. It is an interesting concept. Kind of fits with the April Fool's team too, because well, you could see for yourself during the gameplay. Though if you consider the situation more seriously or making a serious storyline, I found Bengen's potential storyline would be the most interesting to continue on. And then Matthias, since I don't know, there's something pulling me into him, and he's left quite an impression. And then Victor, because cute getting together again stuff, and he seems nice and awkward and cute so far. Then Nicholas is a cool guy. I'm sorry to say that Gustav plays last in my heart, despite how beautiful his hair is. Flamebait Dating Sim, Let's Develop Games and Feelings, is a game created for April Fool's purpose, and this is a demo of not potential for him in the future. I love the art. You can see on the screen right now, each characters have a certain look to them, very realistic. I love the art style. It's very realistic and painted-ish. I'm sure it will take a lot of time to actually paint it all together. The background is not as detailed, but it suits the game team and UI, and everything is really pink, really nice, very cute. It definitely reminds you of a dating sim, definitely, and it's just like dating sim, giant letter in the main screens and the game name. So you can see that. The music is very nice too. There's not much choice in the music, but it suits the story. Since it's just a demo, so there's not much I can comment on the storyline except for what I like most about which character and so on, who is the most intriguing for me. So that is all for my playthrough today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough. Bye bye!